We start out with the 6th place, and at the 6th place we got Batman Begins with 160 points. Sven, you put it with seeing 5 movies. You put it on your 3rd place. Koen, you put it on your 5th place, and I put it on the 7th place.
Okay.
Sven, you saw it most recently, I think. Share your.
I think so, but I've seen it in June recently as well. I haven't seen it when it was released in 2005, so it was a new movie for me. And I've seen 5 movies, and I picked this one above Inception because Inception was too long ago. I've watched it, so I think I find Inception a better movie than Batman Begins. But okay, I chose this because I think he found a really new style of introducing Batman to a new generation. Although I watched it 15 years later than it was released, I still feel that I was the real generation he was pointing to. But I like that he's just introducing a new one, and that you're also gonna have like this building of a character, this building of a world. So you're gonna involve with the main character more than just a random superhero comic. He created a story, a character, a person. You're gonna at a really realistic base, although there are unrealistic elements, he created as much realistic as possible, I think.
Exactly.
With youth traumas and with also the theme I really liked is that he is at some point fighting against his teacher. I think that is also maybe something you can see as a lesson of life, that at some point you have to adult yourself and you have to step over maybe your comfort zone. I don't know, but that's an interpretation you can make out of it. And of course the whole he's a lover of James Bond movies, he said himself, and you can also really see that when he's becoming the Batman with his underground station, high-tech organization with Alfred and
Alfred,
and the Fox. I think that's really great done, and really a lot of details that I really like that are worked out really well about all these technical add-ons he has with the cars and the electronics.
Yeah, it's a James Bond playbook. Yeah.
So
that's also what they say that he's very likely to one day do a James Bond, of course.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But he said no in a recent interview, I heard, huh?
Yeah, he said he.
I didn't say no, but he also.
No,
it's the best way for him to do a new one if the guy's quitting now, then you're correct. So
exactly. But
maybe Idris Elba or something.
Yeah. So, Koen, what did you think about Batman Begins?
I really love this movie. I only put The Dark Knight higher because the movie's better, The Dark Knight. But this
you put it on the 5th position in your ranking of 10.
Yeah, so Dark Knight is higher. But for me, I don't know why, because the previous movies before Nolan took over this job weren't that good, of course, movie-wise. But I always liked Batman. I don't know why. I never read that many comics when I was young. I read some Dutch ones, and I never read Spider-Man or the Marvel ones because it wasn't in my town. Nobody did that. But Batman always somehow I really liked the character.
Did you see the old pow bam?
Oh
Batman?
Of course, with the really old car also.
With the more gray blue.
And the fireman pole, and I loved it as a kid.
Yeah, it was a red car now, I think, even.
Yeah, could be. And Robin, I really
no, so I always liked Batman, and I liked actually the old Joker with
Jack Nicholson.
I liked him a lot. But the Batmans, George Clooney wasn't that good. It was not his fault. Val Kilmer wasn't that good. The guy, Birdman, what's his name? Michael Keaton.
Keaton.
He was actually the best in my opinion, but No, but when this came out, I was just like, I became instantly fan of Christian Bale. And Michael Caine is perfectly chosen for the role. Lucius Fox, Morgan Freeman is very good chosen. That everything that's Swenson is perfect. Exactly, like they made it so realistic. Like you could be, if you're really rich, really good how to do, like you train in special arts, martial arts, you can maybe pull this off, And
I'm working on it.
Exactly. No, but the car was good chosen, Like you could think that the American Army has this, maybe.
Yeah.
Even if they don't, it was still fake. But
it was a very, very grounded version of Batman, and especially, like you said, the contrast with what came in the 90s.
All the crazy stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Which was a bit.
Then in the video was the Penguin.
And Jim Carrey as the Riddler, all very much over the top and more or less ridiculing the superhero genre, and I think that's also why a lot of superhero fans were so happy with these movies, because of course as a superhero fan you don't want to be put in a corner like, this is this ridiculous campy thing.
Well, it's already a bit for people. Now it's a big thing to read comics, and I think it's more accepted now. But back in those days, it was always like, the nerd.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think, for me, with all the things you say, actually, I had written down when I did my research a bit for my homework a bit for this at The Dark Knight, and the reason therefore is that I watched The Dark Knight first and then The Dark Knight, because I heard so many good stories about The Dark Knight, and I was a bit put off by the superhero movies that came before, like you said. So like, not a superhero. Yeah, it's not a superhero movie. I'm not interested in that. So then I heard so much stories about Dark Knight, and then I watched that one. And so for me, all that you said, I connect to The Dark Knight, because that was the first time that I saw this super,
But then I'm really wondering if you could enjoy The Dark Knight as much as you...
Absolutely.
As I could enjoy, because I saw now the character building. You're going to evolve much more with the main character in The Dark Knight, Batman, because you have... a character behind, and the character building in The Dark Knight is not really going on. The character is already there, and then he's
already in the sequel, of course.
But the whole background.
But you see still.
You have to see both movies to really enjoy.
Yeah, but I think in The Dark Knight there's a really nice scene in The Dark Knight where Lucius Fox, where he has to help Batman with that's huge computer
on the screen.
It's a lot about ethics. It's a lot about, like, also of course with Two-Face. What's the name of that?
Harvey Dent.
I'm going to talk about Dark Knight, but
but that's exactly. Now we're going to talk about The Dark Knight. That's true. Yeah, let's keep this keep this for later. But no, for me, and that I will get into that then later with The Dark Knight. For me, not seeing this movie yet didn't. Maybe it would have given extra to The Dark Knight, but I didn't miss Batman Begins to watch The Dark Knight. But when I saw the Batman Begins, which I actually saw after The Dark Knight and after The Dark Knight Rises, I really enjoyed Batman Begins. But I put it on the 7th spot. Maybe that's because I first saw Dark Knight, and I think there's little superhero movies, maybe none, that can live up to The Dark Knight. So maybe if you compare things to The Dark Knight, then so maybe if I would have seen it in the correct order, I maybe would have felt different about this movie. But I still really liked it, and a lot better than The Dark Knight Rises.
Before we move on, we have to mention as three Dutch people. There's also a Dutch famous actor in Batman Begins.
Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer.
Oh, in the US, Rutger Hauer.
Rutger. Like, didn't you get the memo?
Yeah.
No. You don't remember the scene?
No, tell me.
He was firing Lucius Fox, and he said, "Didn't you get the memo?" And then, of course, he got fired by Batman himself.
Yeah, he was playing really the dickhead.
The rich business, the proper guy. Yeah, nice.
Good done, by the way.
So, that's
and
our
the other one was the other one not Famke Janssen?
Famke Janssen?
No, she wasn't in this movie.
No,
Natalie Portman.
Not in this one. No.
I'm not Natalie Portman. Sorry, the girl from Tom Cruise. What's her name? Yeah, they changed actors, of course. The first movie was
they changed the girls. They changed.
Was with what's the name of the girl?
Katie Holmes.
Yeah, Katie Holmes, and
and the other one is Gyllenhaal, Maggie.
Yeah. You know why?
No.
I'm not joking. It's not because I'm a fan. Because of Tom Cruise.
Really?
Because of
Stories he was jealous, apparently.
Okay.
We don't know if it's true, but it sounds ridiculous, of course. But it was very weird that they suddenly changed.
No.
Yeah.
But one more thing, you fell in love with Christian Bale. That's the only problem I had a bit with these Batman movies. That
Why?
I found Christian Bale a bit... Yeah,
Too slick?
Not really... Yeah.
Really?
I didn't have really a connection with him.
Okay.
Really?
I had a lot of connection when he was playing Batman, like the hero.
But not the slick.
Caine I found really, I don't know, not touching me or so. I don't know. I found him a bit undecided.
But
do you like him in other movies?
I don't know him really from other movies.
You see The Fighter? You won an Oscar for?
That one I didn't see, but
you both have to watch it.
But it can be, of course. Sometimes you connect more to some actors than with others. I really liked him. For me, his inner struggles and what he was struggling with being Batman really worked. But I also have actors that are very really acclaimed that I feel like it doesn't work for me.
Is your problem, Sven, that you think maybe that he looks he's just a bit of a too slick guy for you?
Yeah, maybe.
That's why maybe I think. Yeah, I think you have to watch more movies. American Psycho, for instance, is a very good movie he has that slickness, but somehow it all falls apart and unravels. And maybe then you can see the layer behind him a bit. Maybe you should watch other movies with him.
On this channel, we talk about movies and everything connected to movies and series. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video